Does mass immigration and/or illegal immigration cause an increase in criminal activity?
Police say Christian Ponce Martinez killed, beheaded, and dismembered his neighbor, a 76-year-old grandfather.
He also has a hold placed on him by ICE because he's in the country illegally.
The 3 men they arrested were not just street dealers, but higher up in the illegal drug food chain. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement say Nieves Velez entered the country illegally. Rodriguez Santiago is a previously deported convicted felon, and Benacourt Pimentel has a resident alien status.
Larson, a 59-year-old biotech manager, was found murdered from several stab wounds. Police identified Arevalo Carranza as a transient and a gang member who lived in a nearby homeless encampment.
The suspect in this case had 9 previous ICE detainers on him from Los Angeles.
Police arrested Garcia Zarate, a homeless felon and an undocumented immigrant who had been deported 5 times.
Rivera is an undocumented immigrant who lived near Tibbetts. She disappeared on July 18th while out for a jog. Police believe they have found her body.
28 years old. She had her whole life ahead of her.
Yeah, the man who killed her was out on bond from an assault charge and reportedly, in the country illegally.
An illegal immigrant from Mexico is accused of abducting and sexually assaulting a 15-year-old girl from New Jersey.
An 18-year-old illegal immigrant on a rape charge in Hicksville, Ohio, made his first appearance in court today.
An Ethiopian national stabbed to death a random white girl walking her dog in D.C. The uncle of an Italian girl who was raped and murdered by a Nigerian migrant has threatened to show photos of her dismembered body to the Italian parliament if the country's new government repeals strict immigration laws. A conviction was overturned for the illegal alien that shot and killed an innocent woman, Kate Steinle, in San Francisco.
Jose Inez Garcia Zarate was arrested and tried for murder, but the jury only found him guilty on 1 charge, an ex-felon in possession of a firearm. Late this afternoon, the First District Court of Appeal then overturned the gun conviction because the judge failed to give the jury the option of acquitting Garcia Zarate on the theory he only possessed the weapon for a moment.
Did you know it was thrown out because it was given the wrong law? We'll be given the right law in this case, and you'll see it will be there.
Tommy Robinson sits in prison for violating a court order. What was this order that he violated? Well, he reported on the immigrant Muslim gangs who were grooming children into prostitution and sex trafficking. However, it's racist or politically incorrect to discuss these issues, right?
Vanessa is one of the 1,200 women across Germany who were sexually assaulted or harassed New Year's Eve.
As many as 1,000 women were attacked by groups of men, many of whom were reported to be migrants.
Teenage girls say they were groped, harassed, and even raped by young men. Allegedly, in the main, young Afghan asylum seekers.
40% of the cases relate to sexual assault. Over 100 similar incidents were reported in Hamburg and Stuttgart.
But the Norwegians are doing things a little differently. They offer refugees what they call cultural coding classes.
Norway has been running these classes since 2009 after a number of rapes by migrants in a town up the coast.
And there's a discussion going on around what parts of Syria rape will be considered illegal. In the cities, some things are considered legal or illegal, and in the countryside, not so much. So it's a really mixed picture.
But the class has been criticised for treating all refugees as potential rapists.
Do you think it stigmatises them a bit?
I don't think so, no.
So what about crime? The media likes to point out that criminal activity as a whole decreases in areas where there is an influx in illegal immigrants. However, this reasoning assumes 2 fallacies. Fallacy number 1, legal immigrants and illegal immigrants are the same thing. They're not. By grouping together the data from both legal and illegal immigrants and accounting for it under the label foreign-born, any noticeable increase in crime due to an influx of illegal immigrants could be unnoticeable, smoothed out by the statistical data from the larger legal immigrant population. Fallacy number 2. White supremacy is the underlying reason for the objection of illegal immigration. By shifting the argument away from the negative impact mass immigration and illegal immigration have on wages and the standard of living, they then place an emphasis on class, racial division, and blaming white supremacy.
Many of them are white-collar workers. They're well-educated, they're sophisticated, and their use of technology, they're sophisticated in their language and their construction of narratives.
So the media props up the scrapings of whatever white supremacy they can, and blames that as the biggest problem facing America. However, the mainstream media also underreports how the African American population is being negatively impacted by illegal immigration. In the case of murder, there is a statistically noticeable increase in homicidal activity where there is an influx of illegal immigrants. They have a very large percentage of murders within their population. Thus, the problem continues to increase while everyone is too chicken to say anything about it.
The lawyer for an illegal immigrant teenager blamed for a deadly wreck says his client is being prosecuted for political reasons.
The illegal immigrant acquitted in the shooting death of Kate Steinle. He's accusing the federal government of vindictive prosecution. That's his defense.
Charges dropped in a case that captured headlines across our nation. An undocumented immigrant in Maryland accused of raping a high school girl will not go on trial.
If you like the video that you just watched, please support me directly at Millie Weaver at Subscribestar. You will also gain access to exclusive Millennial Millie content that only my subscribers will have access to. You can also support me by going to InfoWarsStore.com and making a purchase. Your support helps fund our fight against the globalists and the fake news lying media.
We all know the importance of fish oils. While we are sure to provide them for ourselves, it's just as important to make sure your kids get their EPA and DHA too. Honor Roll is a powerful DHA fish oil formula for your child. Built from the ground up to support your child's development, this formula uses wild anchovy fish oil, ultra-purified krill oil, and wild salmon fish oil with vitamins to boost your child's mind and body. With this fish oil formula, you can support your child's optimal heart, joint, cognitive, and brain health while providing DHA, which has been shown to be essential for your child's brain growth spurts. Built on powerful ingredients with 580 milligrams of high DHA omega-3s, this formula is highly refined to eliminate nearly all heavy metals. If you're looking for a formula to help your child grow, look no further. Try Honor Roll. From InfoWars Life at InfoWarsStore.com.